Hola, ¿qué tal? Estamos aquí en un capitulín más de Metal Gear Solid 5 de Phantom Pain. Y continuamos justo donde nos habíamos quedado, ¿no? A ver qué propone ahora las nuevas misiones. Ahora tenemos...
Boss, there's no doubt about it. Cypher's working on something in Central Africa. There's evidence they've been in contact with private forces operating in the region. We follow that evidence. We should learn what Cypher is after. Diamond Dogs has gotten a lot bigger. Now's the time to take the offensive. Head back to the ACC for your next mission.
Primero el duchazo. Sí. Y... parece que tenemos misión en África Central, pero... vamos a ver, vamos aquí. Capacitado. Captura legendario oso pardo. Elimina infantería pesada, limpieza de minas. Tenemos ahí un par de misiones secundarias. Pero misión principal, lista de misiones. La que nos falta... esta. Ángel con alas rotas, vamos.
Roger. This is B-Quad. Arriving shortly at LZ.
Pues... no tan shortly. Ah, bueno, sí.
This is B-Quad. On station at LZ.
Pico. Vamos, tío.
Gaining altitude. Boss, I've been meaning to tell you something. Our old friend Zero hasn't been seen in public since you left the States. That was over 10 years ago now. You suspected he was responsible for the accident at your base in the Caribbean. But at that point, Zero was already bedridden. So it never felt right to me that Zero gave the order. Now that I've seen the man Emmerich was working for, I'm sure he didn't. I know that man. He was our old friend's XO. A man without a face. Not one you want to look at anyway. Skullface. He's the one who destroyed your base 9 years ago. The unit he commands, XOF, was Cypher's strike force, but he's since split from Zero and used XOF to usurp control over Cypher itself. In other words, the Cypher we're hunting isn't Zero. Beyond Zero is a void that's even darker. Skullface.
Ok, curioso. Tenemos nuevas cintas para escuchar, ¿no?
DD makes a pretty good partner, huh, boss? Too early to say. Yeah?
Creo que eso lo habíamos escuchado, ¿no?
Real proud. What breed is he? He's not a husky. You're right. Siberian Husky is a cross between a Spitz-type dog and a wolf. I think DD might have some wolf blood in him, too. He isn't just smart. He's also shown remarkable
Creo que ya lo habíamos escuchado, así que no había otra que pasarlo, ¿no? ¿Qué más tenemos por aquí? ¿Habrá alguna otra? Ah, interrogatorio a Hugh, y eso es lo que queríamos ver, ¿eh? Bueno, pongamos la atención.
It wasn't just Cypher. Back in the Caribbean, every eye in the world was turned on us. A private army, just a bunch of guys with guns, in possession of a nuke? Why wouldn't they be uncomfortable?
And that's why you made sure the inspection happened.
Well, I thought our best move was to prove to the UN through the IAEA that we had no nuke. Of course, I was against us having it in the first place, but that was Snake's decision.
The boss wasn't responsible.
Well, don't get me wrong, I still believed in Snake. I thought I was making the best decision for all of us, that's all. I figured we should get a third party to exonerate us before proof of the nuke did get out. And who better to do that than an organization with international authority?
So the truth is, you took it upon yourself to agree to an inspection arranged by the UN. Only the inspection was a ruse, and Cypher's strike force, XOF, showed up instead.
I had no idea that would happen.
Enough bullshit!
Oh, sure, like I could have known. You know, I was just trying to prove our innocence to the world. What's wrong with that?
We're not interested in the excuses you've thought up. The truth is objective.
Just see it from my point of view.
You led XOF to the control tower. They seized it, giving them complete control over the base. Moments later, they detonated C4 on the strut legs. Anyone who'd managed to survive was hunted down by the assault force and their choppers.
You can't believe I did that on purpose.
That was the end of Mother Base. But it wasn't the end for you.
How can you... Look, think about it. I lost something too. I built Zeke and it got buried underwater. I am a victim.
That raises the big questions. Why were you the only one spared? You got away without a scratch. Why did Strangelove leave the base on the eve of the inspection? You two were close.
Strangelove?
And how did you manage to build something that surpasses Zeke in every way? Because you did everything they told you. You're the only one who didn't lose a thing. That is the truth.
I was taken away against my will. Skullface forced me to do his research these past 9 years. He used me. I lost 9 years.
9 years? We all lost 9 years. It wasn't just you.
I suppose blaming me makes you feel better, does it? But who's gonna give me back all the time I lost?
You're not getting anything back. You're not a victim here, Emmerich. You're the perpetrator.
I didn't know anything.
Nobody can back that up. Yeah, all the evidence is at the bottom of the ocean. You know the hardest man to break? The type who's fooling himself. That takes time. It's easier to live a convenient lie than a painful truth. Is that the piece you've chosen, Doc?
I'm not lying.
Of course. Just let me check one or two things. On that day, you were in the control tower with them. Lucky you. That's how you got out unscathed. And you escaped on one of their choppers. Only you, right before the base went under.
They had me blindfolded the whole time. I've never been so scared. The whole flight, I thought they'd kill me. But thinking of you kept me going. My comrades, all the way.
And?
There was a plane journey, and then we traveled by road. When they finally took off the blindfold, I was in kind of a warehouse, on the floor. Afghanistan, it was that research lab. I couldn't believe they'd taken me halfway around the world. And soon enough, he came.
Skullface.
He's the one who's really behind that Mother Base attack. He forced me into that research.
What kind of research?
He told me to build a bipedal walking tank for the Soviet Union. Like Peace Walker. A system that could fire an ICBM-class nuclear weapon. That's how the Sahelanthropus project got started.
Sahelanthropus.
Those AI weapons I'd made in Costa Rica were like toys by comparison. A whole world apart from reptilian four-legged crawling and that ridiculous hunched-over bipedal waddling. My design evolved to the dawn of mankind. Sahelanthropus, the first steps towards humanity. An upright bipedal weapon system. Originally, Sahelanthropus was going to be a manned weapons platform. I designed a cockpit in its head, and I planned to fill it with water as a buffering agent.
Like how Paz modified Zeke for human control.
Don't compare me to some amateur. I designed it for human control from the beginning. The problem was miniaturizing the posture control AI. You remember the reptile pod?
The AI that controlled your unmanned weapons.
Attaching it externally makes it vulnerable, so this time I wanted it beneath the armor. Meaning I had to make the AI smaller. I got it down to less than a tenth the size without any loss in computation speed. But it was still too big for the cockpit. There wasn't enough room for the pilot. If I made the head bigger, its body would have to be bigger to support it. Too big to be practical. In the end, human piloting was taken off the table. I tested a remote control system too, but there was the time lag and I wasn't satisfied with its precision either. Plus, it would be useless if the enemy jammed it. So next, I went back to trying an AI-only system. To do that, I had the AI pods recovered from Nicaragua. This was a hybrid AI, a combination of Peace Walker's reptile and mammal pods. The only AIs that had ever successfully operated an unmanned nuclear weapon system.
Really? You'd need some help to get that working. Expert help.
Did you work with someone?
I worked alone.
You did that yourself?
Well, that's the thing. The AI didn't pan out in the end either. But I did finally get Sahelanthropus walking by folding over its upper body to lower its center of gravity. The first upright bipedal locomotive weapon system in the history of mankind. I guess technically it falls into the anthropoid ape category.
I don't see the benefit of having it stand taller.
On terrain with significant differences in elevation like Afghanistan, you need a body that's vertically adaptable. That also lets it attack from long range while using mountain ridges for cover. So, making it walk upright was the most important factor in giving it superior height capability. As the name suggests, that was the whole point of Sahelanthropus. But I was being pushed for results. Having the AI mounted externally would have been the fastest way to get it working. I just needed more data so it could maintain its balance. But Skullface refused to wait. He dismissed the idea of AI control and took Sahelanthropus away from me before I could finish it.
But it was walking when it came after you.
That's just it. I don't understand how Skullface got it to move upright, without a pilot or an AI. And walking at that speed, too. It's beyond anything I could have imagined. This is like the Wright brothers making it to the moon. I'm just as clueless as you are.
So this Sahelanthropus, where is it now?
I have no idea. All my experiments took place at that cave. I've never seen it anywhere else. Besides, it's still just an incomplete prototype at this point, and nothing but a paper tiger. Even if it can walk, it's far from being a viable weapons platform. It wouldn't be useful in actual battle.
Emmerich will remain here at Mother Base for now, but not as a member of Diamond Dogs. I still don't trust him. That work for you?
Fine by me. He can't be allowed any contact with staff either.
Yeah. A lot of the guys would love some payback for 9 years ago. We still need him alive. But we have to restrict his movements. He can only go where we tell him. And of course, the interrogations will continue. He worked for that skull bastard for nearly a decade. He still has more to tell us.
How long are we gonna press him?
If our investigation shows he really had nothing to do with the attack, we'll reconsider his place here. But I don't expect that to happen. Remember that water tank-shaped object in Emmerich's lab in the Soviet base camp? The thing that started talking to you like a possessed answering machine. That was a pod built for housing the AI used to control unmanned weapons. You remember, back in '74 in Costa Rica. It was in those machines you fought there. They were designated Pupa, Chrysalis, Cocoon, and Basilisk. And each of them was fitted with an AI unit called a reptile pod. Emmerich created it. It mainly handled the machine's posture control and autonomous behavior. But the Basilisk, aka Peace Walker, also featured a second AI pod. That one was called the Mammal Pod. and it was created by Dr. Strangelove. She tried to recreate the boss's personality through the mammal pod, but you pulled out its memory boards. That's when it transferred its own functions to its reptile pod. Just like a human brain compensating for damage by using the remaining healthy parts. The result was a unique entity, a hybrid of the reptile and the mammal. It sank to the bottom of Lake Nicaragua with Peace Walker. But apparently they salvaged it and transported it to that lab. Don't let it deceive you, Snake. It may sound like the boss, but it has neither a personality nor a will. Like Emmerich says, it's just a machine.
Ok, bueno, ya estamos bien informados y vamos a la misión. Bueno, ahí pues. Debería cambiarme de equipo. Si a lo mejor se adapta a las condiciones del clima. Ah, no, creo que hay otro. Este es el que mejor se adapta a las condiciones del clima. ¿O no? Zorro del desierto, cierto. Creo que este es el que mejor se adapta. No tengo equipamiento todavía para tiro, así que eso lo veremos después. Bueno, Ángel con las alas rotas. Angel with broken wings.
Your mission is to rescue a prisoner being held at Lamar Khatib Palace. He's known as Malak, Angel to his fellow Mujahideen. Start by checking the target's VI on your iDroid. The Soviets captured him and took him to the ruins of the palace. His family was subsequently killed in an airstrike on his village. The Soviet scorched earth operation wiped it off the map. The client is none other than his father. Or rather, this was his father's dying wish. If you can manage to rescue other prisoners as well, each one will add a bonus to our pay. When you see them, I'm sure your conscience will tell you what to do.
Ya, Hati.
Be careful down there, boss.
Vamos, muchacho. Vamos a la luz porque... Mira ahí. Nunca he atrapado uno de esos, así que... Vamos a gastar el... ¡Oh! Hay que meter la pata ahí. Diablos, estábamos tan cerca, pensé que... Bueno. Ahora ya. Vaya. Están bastante armados,
Lamar Khatib Palace. The target should be somewhere at that outpost.
Pues sí. Así que ahí está.
There, that's the target.
¿Cómo lo vamos a hacer? No digas que van a manejar ya.
Мертвым прикинулся. Скучно будет мне.
Nope, 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 nope.
It's no good, boss. Attacking like that won't cut it. Or a different weapon.
¡Demonios! Demonios, qué mala me salió esta misión, eh. ¿Qué? ¿De dónde?
Snake, are you okay? Snake!
Demonios, esa misión me salió muy, muy mal. ¿Qué diablos estaba pensando?
Your mission is to rescue a prisoner being held at La Marjate Palace.
Quédate ahí, muchacho.
There, that's the target.
Esto va a tener que ser violento, no veo ninguna otra opción, ¿sabes?
So the target's to be transported, and the other prisoners disposed of here. What do you think? Our mission is just to extract the one target, but well, there's still time before the target reaches the destination. I marked the target for you. Extract him.
¿Será que lo perdemos o lo seguimos para ver a dónde nos lleva?
Hold him off!
¿Quién? ¿Quién me mató? Demonios, esto va a estar más difícil de lo que pensaba.
Boss?
Voy a intentar otro enfoque. Irnos por este lado. Quizás tenga mayor éxito por acá. Ojo, ¿qué pasa, muchacho? Pues sí, creo que tuvo mayor sentido venirnos por acá. Bueno. Tiene que haber alguna entrada por acá, ¿eh? Se va. ¿Dónde estaba el otro que estaba por acá arriba?
Hands up. Talk.
The target's been transferred. I've sent the information to your map screen. You're gonna need more information to pinpoint a location.
Spit it out. Lie down.
Ojo. ¿Cuántas personas hay aquí? Vamos a ver. Sí, no lo puedo. ¿Qué tal aquí? No. Hay que subirlos a todos, ¿eh?
The prisoner you extracted knew where the target is. I'm updating your map information. Take a look.
Ok.
Lie down. Stay. Spit it out.
Planos. Ok.
Spit it out. Where are the others?
Planos. ¿Dónde están los planos? Eso.
Hands up. On the ground.
Me encanta hacer esto.
Talk.
Hay un prisionero, recuerdo que había como otro prisionero, ¿no? Hasta el que saqué acá. Había otro más adelantito, creo yo. ¿Qué hicieron con ese otro? ¿Se lo llevaron para allá o qué? Tuve que quitar la música porque eso es copyright. Yo habría jurado que había otro a salvo por acá.
Subject on board. Leave the rest to us.
A la gran. ¿Por qué no puedo esconder? Vamos, Doc. Ellos no saben dónde estoy, así que no pasa nada, tranquilos. ¿Qué tenemos aquí?
Boss, leave the intel files till later. The enemy's on combat alert.
No, esperemos aquí hasta que se calme. Bueno, creo que ya. Ojito.
Analyze the intel file you discovered. Orders for their transport route. Okay, your map information's updated. The target is inside Yaha Obu's supply outpost. Find him and extract him.
Acá. ¿Les falta un prisionero? Les va a faltar dos, ¿sabes?
Talk. Spit it out.
Ahí está, creo que con este estamos bien. Ya nos podemos ir, no pasa nada. ¿Qué tenemos acá? Nada aquí, por gusto de... Ah, bueno, vamos a diamantilla. Bueno, supongo que ya es hora de irnos. Y es para allá entonces. Alguna manera de... No voy a llegar a pie hasta allá, o sea. Llegamos justo cuando la tormenta está así. Vamos por allá, pues. Ya estamos cerca. Así que ya lo tienen, ¿Dónde irán esos? Ah, ya sé dónde es, aquí. ¿Alguna manera de ir por allá? Bueno, aquí. Vamos aquí.
pretty good fix on the target's location. How does security look? Take your time to gauge their defenses and plan your entry.
Yep. Uy. ¿Ese qué?
If you need to pass the time, go ahead and smoke that cigar of yours.
Sí, esta base ya me la conozco muy bien, así que quiero arriesgar mi... Llevándomelo, arriesgar mi infiltración acá. Sabía que Tito era el mero ahí. Gracias, muchacho. Ay.
Я не хочу умирать! Lie down. Talk.
Where are the others?
Ahora nos vamos por el de acá. ¿Le di o no le di? que le di. ¿Cómo lo puedo llevar? Si lo traemos para acá, al igual que el otro. No quiero que sean una molestia cuando despierten.
You gotta extract him.
Parece que...
Speak. Speak.
Con esto me lo llevo. Otro prisionero. Otros dos.
You gotta extract him.
Ya lo extraje, ¿para qué preguntas? Voy a esconderte, T-Dog. Bueno, esperar a que se calmen las alarmas nuevamente. Bueno. Si no lo ven ahí, pues tampoco a mí. Metí la pata totalmente. No me disparas, No va a funcionar, Ay, cabrón. Wow, un disparo a la cabeza de acá. Precisamente soy un crack. colegas. A ver. Sí, mi amigo, estamos rescatando. Así que ahí está, ¿eh?
There, that's the target. Badly wounded. We can rule out a full extraction. We'll just have to do it by chopper. Call the chopper from your iDroid, boss. Then carry the target to it.
¿Qué? ¿Esto no lo podemos hacer conjunto? No sé. No me parece justo. Pero bueno.
Roger.
Bueno, vámonos hasta allá. Aquí Peakwood. Pero bueno, ya me cargué todos los peligros de acá, así que en principio no debería haber ningún problema, ¿sí? Alerta, vídeo. Alerta. Bueno, ya estamos cerca. Venga, Peakwood.
This is Pequod. Have arrived at LZ. Will stand by.
Hemos llegado.
Target extracted. Exfiltrate the hostile, boss.
Vámonos.
Gaining altitude.
Misión cumplida.
You've made it out of the hot zone. No sign of the enemy. Mission complete, boss.
Sí.
Mission complete. Great work. That target you extracted, Malik, is saying that he's never heard of our client. What's more, he says his village was destroyed long before he was ever taken prisoner. Apparently it fell victim to some sort of disease, then was completely burned to the ground. Malik was out on a mission at the time, and that's the reason why he alone survived. But the question is, who hired us to find him? According to Malik, he saw strange soldiers snooping around the village when he got back. Turns out they were members of Cypher's strike force XOF. My theory is they wanted to get their hands on Malik to question or silence him before the Soviets could get to him. Cypher was just using us to cover things up. All that crap about Malik's relative was a front to convince us to retrieve him. but an entire colony just wiped off the map. It sounds a lot like the Hamid during the honeybee incident. All I know, boss, is there's no way in hell I'm handing Malik over to Cypher. I've decided to bring him back to Mother Base instead. He's one of us now. We told the client through a cutout that the target was killed. For some reason, though, they still paid us everything we were owed. Cypher's obviously up to something. This is probably just another preemptive cleanup operation to them. But to Malik, he lost his village, his family, everything. And he wants his revenge. In other words, he's one of us.
Muy bien. Nada mal, ¿eh?
You can give commands to D-Dog as well. He'll normally follow you around. You can also make him wait somewhere or lure an enemy by barking at him. Or you can sick him on the enemy to slow him down. Develop new gear just for him, and I'm sure he'll be capable of even more damage.
Bueno, eso ha sido todo por ahora. Creo que voy a... dejarlo por ahí. ¿Cómo regresamos a...? Quiero regresar a la Mother Base. ¿Dónde estará Huey? La curiosidad que tengo. Lo voy a ir a buscar y ahí terminamos el capítulo, ¿no? Cerré la base. Lo más seguro es que está aquí en inteligencia. Totalmente seguro no estoy, pero vamos a ver. Bueno, dijo que Lineal está aquí con Quiet en la misma prisión, pero me acaba de decir que está en la plataforma de Gaiden desarrollando equipo, así que vamos a ver si lo encontramos. Bueno, ya estamos llegando. Pareció ver a alguien allá atrás, pero eso no es el tiempo. Cerquita. Está por algún lado aquí, ¿no? Quiero saber ya dónde está. ¿No queréis saberlo? Esta es la plataforma que más me costó encontrar todos los...
Boss, we're ready to develop and put it. Just give me a minute. Boss, I'm ready for dispatch. Boss! Thank you for getting those engines out, boss.
Sé que iba a estar aquí. Pero no. Bueno, no lo encontré. ¿Será que sí está o no está? Traté de echar un vistazo en internet por donde aparecía en la plataforma de inteligencia para ir a verlo. Cometí un gravísimo error y me spoileé algo. Acabo de ver que... Bueno, en su momento lo veremos. Bueno, eso ha sido todo por ahora. Y hasta la próxima. Pure Diamond Dots.